My goodness, wasn't that a wild roller coaster of a ride?
It's
My
definitely a crazy
goodness.
film.
I mean,
So
just
crazy.
watching it, to be part of it must have been quite something.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
Sophie, I've got to ask you, what on earth was your training routine? Because those runs, those jumps.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I definitely was working on my cardio a lot beforehand because Howard like presented the movie to me and he was like, this will be a crazy, crazy action film and you'll be running through canyons. So yeah, I hit the gym and I did a lot of exercise, a lot of cardio, and yeah, made sure I could run for my life. Literally.
Well, it certainly paid off, Sophie. It was a very impressive performance, I have to say, very, very athletic. Now, on a more serious note, I noted it seemed to be quite a sophisticated technique with you have the beach lover boy approaching the two girls.
Yes.
Then you were approached as well, and it seems to be quite a detailed structure to lead to the kidnapping of the girls. Now, did Howard research that? Was that based on a real life situation? Do you know of?
No, so it was Howard produced and directed the whole movie. It was completely his idea.
Okay.
It wasn't based on any sort of any kind of real life story, other than of course sex trafficking, which unfortunately happens in so many countries, like worldwide. But I think I might not use this. Yeah, I think unfortunately, as I was saying earlier in an interview, I think like personally, every single girl I know has been through something with a guy that should have never ever happened. So Howard kind of wanted to like represent all these bad guys in like the worst possible form, as like the worst men you've ever met in your entire life, which I think was 100% very successfully portrayed within the movie. And yeah, he wanted it to be very much about female empowerment and girls fighting back and like girls getting revenge. And you know, I think the film is really powerful in that sense because and also it's got the comedy elements because of course you see like the baddies with like eye patches and like all of like the, you know, crazy stereotypes that you can imagine.
Well, it was an excellent film. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I don't know if enjoyment is really the correct word.
I know what you mean. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild.
It certainly jumped out of my seat on quite a few occasions. So, Sophie, if you could tell us something about what comes next for Sophie after you produce such a stellar performance with your cardio. So, what are you doing now? What's coming next for Sophie?
Thank you so much. So, I've just been cast in an action film, also as the lead. It's also very much empowerment driven, and it's a female assassin based movie.
Oh,
but I'm playing a female assassin, so I'm not actually really allowed to talk about like even the title of the movie yet. But I've just been filming that a couple of months ago and finishing that movie in January of this year. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I've got quite a few movies coming out this year. One's called Jackie the Stripper, which doesn't actually have any stripping in, but don't tell anyone that. It's really good clickbait. And got another movie coming out called Meeting Across the River. What else? A few other movies also due for release this year. But yeah, since filming Escape, I think I've been in about 12 movies since. So I would definitely say this film helped me.
You've been in 12 movies since 2023?
Yeah, I know. It's
that's hell of an achievement.
Thank you so
well done.
much.
I mean, it's quite excellent to get such regular work. Really well done, you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel grateful.
Are you involved in any up and coming TV productions?
So I've really recently embraced the vertical world by storm. I don't know if any of you are familiar with like vertical drama series, but I've done I've done 7 as lead roles this year, and they're all also coming out within the next few months.
Would they be based in the Anglosphere, or which countries would they be based
so
in?
they'll be released worldwide, but they're all generally filmed as if we're in LA. So they're all very like Americanized and like super crazy and like really overly dramatic and like very theatrical. And yeah, I've got really heavily involved in them, and I've been filming a lot in Turkey and China recently, which is a lot of fun. So I've got a lot of drama series coming out.
Well, that's absolutely excellent.
Thank
Sophie,
you so much.
It's a pleasure to host you. Thank you so much. It's an outstanding film, thoroughly enjoyable. But as I say, I don't know if enjoyment is quite the right word, but It certainly makes you sit up and take notice.
Absolutely. It's hard like not to watch the movie, I feel. It definitely keeps you on your toes.
Oh,
so,
it does.
So thank you so much. I'm so happy you liked it.
Oh, I did, very much. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Thank you all for coming to watch.
Maybe questions.
Would can I put you out to the crowd? Would
absolutely.
anyone here like to ask Sophie any questions?
Ask away.
Did you actually hurt yourself?
Oh, there we are.
No. So luckily, no real life injuries occurred. Although, funny story. So literally like 3 days before my very first shoot for Escape, I actually injured my leg for real just before I had to fly out to Ventura. So I was like telling Howard, I was like, I'm kind of limping. Sorry. So I did actually injure myself for real 3 days before filming the very first part of Escape. So I genuinely like turned up to Ventura like limping. But luckily, I think, I don't know, like adrenaline kind of took over and I healed quite quickly afterwards. So no genuine injuries happened on set. No one was harmed. Everyone left with their penises, unfortunately, as well. That wasn't my choice. I was fine for them to leave without them. Yes, I can imagine. I think guys really struggled to watch that scene. I really enjoyed it. It's a bit concerning.
I was very worried about the girl who was in her shoes on the high hill.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Was she really running? I mean,
yes.
It was so sporty, but you had comfortable shoes.
Yeah, I was so lucky costume-wise for this because I was the only actress that had turned up in trainers, and every single other girl were wearing high heels throughout the entire movie, and were genuinely running in high heels throughout like the whole thing. And yes, so they had a much harder job than I did because I was very lucky with my footwear.
Right, well I think it's Jace.
Fire away.
Okay, I've got a really nice question for you. Okay, so obviously we all know in this room that you are destined to the stratosphere regarding acting, which is great.
Thank you.
Can you actually let the next generation of young ladies who's probably asking what they would need to do to actually become an actress and how they would actually go about it and to how to inspire them as well?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, so I think my biggest advice to any young actor or actress wanting to get into acting is firstly to make sure it's something you really, really want to do, because it's such a tough industry. You have to be very used to like rejection and just working hard and going to a million castings. But I think above all, so once you've decided you definitely want to enter into a career of madness, I would recommend trying to implement a life for yourself where you're not dependent on the industry. So I would possibly think about like business ideas that you can do on the side, so you're not financially dependent on the industry. And then I would try to get a good amount of training behind you, whether it's like short courses at drama school or applying to full-time courses at drama school, and just training so you keep obtaining new skills. And then I would recommend just trying your best, going to like every audition you possibly can, building up as much experience as you possibly can, and hopefully eventually getting an agent and just seeing what happens.
Right, well thank you very much, Sophie. We've got to wind it up now, but it's been an absolute pleasure hosting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.